Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Tony's show. And today we're going to be kind of out there. We're going to be a little bit out there, maybe a little bit more than normal. You know, I have that tendency sometimes to take things to a new level of thought and provocation. So I'm trying to provoke you to think out of the box, think out of the circle, think out of the constructs that they've created in your mind to keep you in a state of stupid ignorance and control. And I was talking to my son tonight, and he makes me laugh. He's learned a lot from me. I raised him, and he takes a certain attitude toward life, and I understand the attitude because I've lived that way most of my life. He has decided that he was not going to allow certain circumstances or environmental circumstances to control him. And he's decided he was going to pursue his own goals, and no matter what, he was going to do whatever it took and go whichever way it led him, so forth and so on. And that's basically how I've always rolled as well. And he had an interesting perspective. And I want to share this with you. He was saying to me, because the fake pandemic, and I'm going to call it this, the fake pandemic, and I hope it gets into your head that this is all bullshit what they're doing to us. Fake pandemic. He said, Dad, this is a golden opportunity for you to put out videos and all kinds of stuff, because entertainment is going to be limited and people are going to be bored with television. The Illuminati and the Freemasons and the Jesuits and the Zionists and the Knights Templar, Knights Malta, the Papacy, the Trilateral Commission, and every other alphabet soup thing out there that's going effed up big time here. You see, they needed the television as a medium in order to entertain people and keep people distracted. And now they've taken that away. Now is a golden opportunity for everybody to talk to people about everything that you know as an awakened person. It is the most provocative time to do this, because now that they've taken away a distraction, they've got them sensationalized, and they've got them in a state of paranoia with the pandemic. The pandemic. Oh, the fake pandemic. The bullshit of the century. This is the most amazing thing going today. And the last show I was reiterating on, the nonsense in regard to the the pandemics of the past. You know, we've had all these so-called, the scares. Remember the Y2K? How many of you remember the Y2K? You remember that? Remember when the Y2K came, all of a sudden the computers were all going to crash because we didn't have any kind of significant contingency for the change of the year. Everything was stuck on, the 1900s, and oh my gosh, we're going to die, oh, we're just going to die, oh man, are we going to die? Remember that? And I remember when that went on, people were at the grocery stores doing the same stupid baloney as, we're going on now. Going on right now. And they were doing the same thing back then. They were buying all the toilet paper. Remember that? They were buying toilet paper, and they were buying supplies. They were basically cleaning out the shelves. And you know what? Nothing's changed except what has been sensationalized in the current event today. Let me read some of the things that have been going on, and I'm going to post this on the show later on. And I want you so that you understand, and that you grasp, and that you can see the dots created in front of you. And they do this every so often to shake up everybody's lethargy and to redirect people and create the dynamics and the distractions. We got Tom Hanks down in Australia saying he's got the coronavirus. And I read something today that all these pedophiles that they're going after him, and he's included in this, and the Prime Minister of Canada conveniently now is staying at home with his wife who has the coronavirus, but he himself is okay. That sounds a little hokey-pokey to me, and I'll tell you why. If someone's got a flu and you're staying at home, in the proximity of somebody, sooner or later you get it as well. But the other interesting thing, too, before I go on this list, you know what the coronavirus actually is? The real one. The real pathological coronavirus, the real one, is nothing more than a common cold. Did you know that? See, they have no test for the coronavirus because the one that they're talking about doesn't really exist. So what are they checking for when you go in there? They have no tests. None. Zero. But they're testing for tuberculosis and pneumonia. Now, interesting enough, and I'm going to get to this later on, silica. Oh, silica. You know this shit they keep telling you to take because it's going to flush out the aluminum out of your body? It's going to flush out some of the chemtrail activity? That silica? These bastards, and that's what they are, bastards, are selling people a component knowing damn well that these components can cause respiratory issues that simulate or replicate pneumonia and tuberculosis and other lung disorders. And you remember Yanni, or Aramac, as most of you know, did a video, virus, this is a virus. And he pointed out that there was silica, that the coronavirus looked like silica. If you haven't watched the video, go watch the video, read the links I'm putting on here, go watch the video, and connect the dots. I've been telling you that this has been 6G digitized frequencies. They're called millimeter frequencies, but these are digitized frequencies, and that's on a terahertz level. Now I'm going to show you something else about on the map. You'll also be able to see in the terahertz or the frequency battle between the United States and China. China won. Gotta tell you, China kicked their ass, but good. When you see the Chinese influence on the map, how they've covered just about every part of the planet, from Russia, across Europe, across Africa, across the almost everywhere in the world except the United States and Australia have this 6G technology that China's using, or they're calling it 5G, the Huawei or whatever it's called. You'll see the map. You begin to connect the dots. You might begin to connect the dots. Okay, let me get back to the list here. The list is 1999, 2000. Those of you who have been around, and remember, the Y2K is going to kill us all. Oh, the killer of and then the next year we had the anthrax. Remember the anthrax? Oh, it's going to kill us all. Oh, the anthrax. We're still here. And then in 2002 we had the West Nile virus. Remember that one? And now think. The same old bullshit was going on back then. The panic, the scare, the pandemonium, the paranoia, the schizophrenia, we're going to all die, and everybody running and cleaning everything out. I mean, it's like they've got people trained like a pet parrot or a pet dog. They blow a little terror in the air and everybody goes, now they want you isolated. Everything's been done in steps to keep us isolated from each other. You know the song In the Year 2525? If you don't know the song, go listen to it, because that's the script they're following. Okay, remember in 2003, SARS. Oh, SARS is going to kill us. God almighty, SARS. And in 2005, bird flu was going to kill us. Bird flu. Oh, remember that? wiping out pigeons. And then 2006, E. coli is going to kill us. Ooh, E. coli. Stuff that's in your colon is going to kill you. And then 2008, the bad economy is going to kill us. Oh, the crash they had. And then 2009, remember the swine flu? It's going to kill us. Oh, the swine flu. Okay, remember the BP oil is going to kill us all when they had that spill? And then Obamacare was going to kill us in 2010 was the BP oil, 2009 was the swine flu, 2011 Obamacare is going to kill us all. 2012, the Mayan end of the world is going to kill us all. The Mayan calendar is coming to an end, and the prophecies and the death and destruction. And 2013, North Korea is going to kill us all with those nukes that they had. And 2014, Ebola. Ebola had an outbreak in Africa, and it's going to wipe the whole planet out. It's going to spread, and it's going to spread. Oh shit, it's going to spread. And then 2015, the measles at Disneyland, Disney measles and ISIS are going to kill us all. Remember that? And that one blew me away. I knew at that point with the Disney measles, and people were begging for a measles vaccine. Especially in the Californians. The Californians, I mean, are about as brainless as they get. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Oh, we're gonna die. And they're running to get a stupid shot. All you needed was increased vitamin A by 100,000 international units. You did that for a month or for a couple of weeks or whatever, or a couple of days, and it wiped out the measles. This was the cure. That's the medical cure for measles. Yeah, you can go look it up. 2016, Zika. Remember the Zika? Zika. Sounds like some kind of science fiction terror thing. Zika. A little mosquito was going to wipe you out. Oh, Zika. And 2017, fake news is going to kill us all. 2018, migrant caravans are going to kill us all. Measles, again, 2019, measles is going to kill us all. That, like I said, I have to laugh my ass off when I hear this. Coronavirus now is going to kill us all, 2020. This is a game. This is the game of the elite to keep everybody in a state of panic. Because I'm suspecting some things here. Again, this is conjecture, hypothesis, or an opinion on my part. And I'm well aware of the fact that opinions are like backsides. Everybody has one. But I'm going to express mine. My thinking is this: more and more people are waking up, and it's becoming and it's spreading fast. And some of you don't see the wake up. People waking up. Some of you are stuck in a rural area or an isolated area, and the people you're dealing with are basically brain dead. And I get that too. I get a lot of that too. But I also get, through my emails and stuff, which I'm always behind now, and a special note here on that one: if I haven't responded to you, it's because I've been swamped lately. Everybody and their mother's not contacting me saying what to do about this corona. And I tell them quit drinking the beer, but they don't find the humor in this for some reason. Anyway, because it's a fake pandemic. It's a fake pandemic. Just like the rest of these things I just mentioned are a fake pandemic. They're designed to keep you in a state of panic, terror, anxiety, fear, and put you in a state of flight or fight. You're not thinking, you're not reading, you're not studying, you're watching the television, and you're listening to a bunch of paid liars, paid actors that are coming out there to express the latest and greatest pandemonium to keep you in a state of imbalance. And I think the reason why this is going on because more and more people are not playing the game. Now, there's a biblical reference that says, "We piped to you and you did not dance. We wailed to you and you did not mourn." That's those people who are awake or believe in something more than themselves, believe in the living God like I do, realize that this whole thing is a game, it's a bunch of bullshit, and we refuse to go along just for the sake of appeasement. Those who want the truth and those who seek the truth will not easily surrender this. I know for a lot of you, when you hear certain things, it creates some doubt in your minds and it kind of moves you in your heart. And I get this because these guys are really, really good at displaying their game. They play a good deceitful game. These are actors. These are people who are paid to make you believe what they're saying, or make you believe how they're acting, make you believe in what they're conveying in whatever form or fashion. This is what they get paid to do. They know how to attenuate their voices to reach certain frequencies, to stimulate an emotional response. This is where everybody screws up. Emotions are flighty. When you feel fear and panic and worry and anxiety as they propagate, in order for you to be put in a position of being in a state of flight or fright. Most of you are to go into a state of fright. You hear about people dying. Let me reiterate, more people die from smoking cigarettes than this thing could ever kill. Most people die of a heart attack than this thing could ever kill. The chance of you getting this is next to slim and none, because it's not even a real pathology, it's a synthetic one. And again, nobody pays attention, as I will reiterate, this has only affected Asians in China, and it's killed them there because of the terahertz bandwidth that they were using. So when we're talking about all these so-called deaths that are occurring all over the world, let me also reiterate what they've done. If you have a hangnail up your backside, you got the coronavirus. If you just had a heart attack and died, you died of the coronavirus. If you had diabetes and become incapacitated, you too have coronavirus. If you got a cold, you too have coronavirus. If you're out, swinging with the chimpanzees, you now have coronavirus. Well, if you're swimming in a lake full of serpents and snakes, you now have coronavirus. Are you getting the gist? They are lumping all the deaths, all people who have died from whatever the causes may be, as coronavirus. So when you're hearing the media tell you, oh, we had 5 Italians today die in Italy, they had the coronavirus. Let's see the autopsy report. Let's see these people's bodies that have died. Let us see an examiner do an examination in front of the world. See, there is no test for the coronavirus. 0. So how can they diagnose somebody having died from a coronavirus when they have absolutely no test to test that's true? Get my point? But you get caught up in the sensationalism. You get caught up in the bullshit. Your bullshit meter hasn't been broken yet. So you keep on getting sucked in. And again, you can see from the year 1999, 2001 till the current day today, 20 years, they have been screwing with our minds and with our heads. 20 frickin' years they have been playing this ridiculous game with mankind, and they constantly put men and women in a deeper state of fright. And you know what the craziest thing of it all is? The craziest thing of it all, if you were a parent and you did this to your child, that would be considered child abuse, and the government would come in and take your child, maybe turn them into some kind of adrenochrome that they at least consume by killing a child, traumatizing a child, so they can get all the adrenaline into the blood, and then they drink the blood, which is supposed to help them with the longevity and the fountain of youth nonsense. Basically being a parasite. So when they get you in this frame of thought through your emotionalism, getting reactive or being overreactive, irrational, then they've got you. And I'll tell you something coming down. Not only do they got you, now they're going to further enhance their control over you. And the most ludicrous thing about all this is the more they beat you up, the more they F with you, the more they screw around with you, the more they manipulate you, the more you keep running back to them for help. I mean, what is with that? They'll beat your brains out all over the place, and you'll still keep coming back saying, "Can you please help me? My brains are all over the road." Yeah, don't you know? Can you help me put them back together? That's how stupid that sounds. And when you do these kind of things, and I'm not talking about to awaken people at all, and hopefully you don't take this in that way. But when you do this continually, they just look at you thinking these people are so stupid. They are basically helping us take them out. This is why I get flabbergasted every time I get an email or phone. I had 3 phone calls today. What are you going to do about the coronavirus? Not a damn thing. I'm not going to waste my time. It's not even a real virus. They don't know. And even telling people this, that it's not a real virus, they don't believe you. They are so caught up in the visual in their mind. They don't even have to use any kind of voice to skull technology. They've got them thinking constantly in their mind this coronavirus is going to kill them. And now, when they fire a frequency, they can keep activating the fear. They can keep activating the anxiety. They keep activating this over and over in your mind, and you can't stop thinking about it because this is, again, activation into the voice of skull. They keep on playing the worst case scenario in your mind. You watch enough television with the end of the world scenarios, now they're playing that in your head. And now, as a result of the theatrics going on in your mind, when someone comes along and says, "Oh, this is just a hoax," you can't get around that because fear has gripped your heart. And as long as you're in a state of fear, you're going to respond in a fearful manner. As I stated once before, fear and faith are the same exact thing. They're on the same side. They're in the same coin. One is on one side, one is on the other side. Faith is a belief that can set you free. Fear is a belief that will keep you trapped in that quagmire that you're believing in. Time to have a little faith. Step up to the plate. Might hit the home run. If you don't step up to the plate, you don't hit nothing. Okay, you got to step up to the plate. Ain't nobody can do this for you. Nobody's going to hold you by the hand. Nobody's going to hold you by a suspender strap or your belt loop. You're going to have to go through that. When you come out of the process of going through this, you're going to be a heck of a lot stronger. You're not going to be as naive. You're not going to be as gullible, and you're not going to be as stupid as the general population is today, because the vast majority, are completely sold on the concept of a pathology that doesn't exist. Because there's no way to seriously test the test that you're taking as a means of validating that this even exists at all. It's the hoax of the century. And I'm going to tell you something else. They're going to continue doing this. They're going to continue playing with your head. They're going to continue screwing around with your mind. They're going to continue firing frequencies into your skull, and they're going to amplify the worst case scenario to keep you in a constant state of fear, so that when the right guy comes along, he's going to say, "We can help you out. We can set you free. All we're going to need from you is a little vaccine to be injected. All we're going to need from you is to take your bank accounts away from you. All we're going to need from you is to make sure that we can keep your pension." See, Australia, if they don't get vaccinated, what happens when it comes time to getting their pension, they can't get it. Now, I'm in Canada. I'm another Commonwealth country. And the United States is an undeclared Commonwealth country. Irrespective of what Americans think about their country, they're still part of the Commonwealth. They're still sending tribute to the Crown. When you see that going on in Australia, it's coming to a country near you. Probably New Zealand's probably enacted it by now. Canada's going to try to enact it, but I'm hoping enough Canadians will say, "We are not going to play the game." There's a couple in Canada, Henley and out in the BC, and Gupta up here in Toronto area. They're fighting the vaccine battle here in Canada, trying to get an awareness factor going on. We are in jeopardy in Canada, and I'm going to speak to Canadians here mostly, and this will reflect to America as well and other European countries. We are in the most precarious position we could have ever been right now. We got a prime minister proclaiming that he's got a health condition, or his wife's got a health condition, which doesn't exist because there's no way to validate this. And now he's running the government from he's running the government from a computer. And Parliament has shut down, in respect to what's going on. We are in a position where the banks and the corporations in this country and Canada because we have nothing but a puppet in power, will tell that puppet, he'll pull a string and say, here's some money, go and change the law. So, as I stated in the last video, if you've got a pension coming, they have no right to tell you that they're going to hold your money if you don't get a vaccine. This is coming. This is right around the corner. They've already enacted this in Australia. So those of you who have money in the bank even, there may be some restriction about how much money you can take out of the bank or even if you can access the bank, because if you haven't had a vaccine. This is coming. It's in the works right now. We're seeing it going through Asia already. Europe has already enacted this on some level. They're a little ahead of the U.S., Canada. But this is coming. This is coming. Those of us who were born from the era of the mid to late 50s, early 60s, and even early 50s, okay, the generation that's now ready to get their pensions and checks and everything else, ready to, kick back and take it easy a little bit, they're the ones that they're targeting now to get that money out of their hands so they can keep it in the treasury. And as I stated once before, that since they haven't cured anybody in the last 60 years of anything really, giving somebody an antibiotic is not a cure. Okay, telling people giving the polio shot that's loaded with polio is not a cure. So, with what we know today and what's going on, and the protection of your DNA and genetic code and everything else, we need to stay focused on this, because they're going to take away everything from you. They're going to take away everything that they can. And as long as the seniors sit there and just accept this, they're going to say, well, they're not fighting it, so why should we? So we'll take it from them. That's the nature of everything here. You got to stand up for what's yours. Remember the song by Bob Marley and the Wailers? Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. That is a real deal motto to say, mantra. So that's a real good mantra to hold on to. If it's yours and you're entitled to it, then they have absolutely no right to take that from you. And they have no right to hijack you or blackmail you into taking something you don't want to do based on even your belief systems, whatever they may be. Okay, if you believe that these things violate your beliefs, they're going to take that from you. They won't give a shit if you're native. They won't give a shit if you're Christian. They won't give a shit if you're Catholic. They won't give a shit if you're Protestant. They won't give a shit if you're Hebrew with the Judaic faith. They won't give a shit if you're from the Middle East with the Islamic faith. They won't give a shit if you're from India with the Hindu faith, the Buddhists from Asia. They won't care. I was talking to a buddy of mine from France. He was saying they have an AI system there called Aladdin, and so the corporations that maintained Aladdin had a novel idea, so they contacted the French president there, and about manipulating the pension funds of the old people. He said, oh, go ahead, basically. We have leaders in power that are overstepping their power. They believe that they can do whatever they want without any check and balance. And it doesn't matter what you believe. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a conservative, it doesn't matter if you're a liberal, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. This is universal. And they will express things in such a way where they know that in their eloquence they'll put you to sleep. It's like almost like a hypnotic trance they put you into while they're speaking, making their speech. And when they're done making their speech, then Again, you just follow the script and you clap and say, oh, well done, well done, well done. And most of you then, after whoever's made the speech makes the speech, you don't remember a thing they said. That's not Alzheimer's. That's the way it is. Because they put you in a state of sleep. Speaking eloquently for most of you will put you to sleep because that's how they condition you. So sometimes you need to have it shaken up. So if you need to get it shaken up, you come to the right channel. I got to tell you, because I will shake it up. The concept of silica being a biological agent or a synthetic biological agent is a real reality. I had somebody call me earlier and saying, what if they did this and did that to help offset some of the coronavirus or the chemtrails. And I said to him, I wrote him back and said, you cannot stop a program that's an operating system using plant-based substances. Not going to happen. Anybody tell you they're putting stuff in to again, turn off the program, turn off the device, and you see them, with their own struggles, you see indentations in their faces or triangles, you're being taken for a ride. You need to pulse your body for sure. You need to have some place for the material to come out and collect. That's where the bucket comes in. And you need enough power to create the effect you're looking for as far as drawing out the poison. So when we're looking at, again, a lot of the things that we're going on and dealing with today, silica, and they want you to drink the water. They want you to consume the products so that you can now remove aluminum out of the body. But you can trade the aluminum for skeletal damage, respiratory damage, mesoporous pneumococcus, the other one, the tuberculosis, is the mesophosphorus, silica nanoparticle material mixed with this stuff, and then again, now you've got an issue going on. Okay, this engages itself with the DNA, this engages itself with the cellular matrix, it engages itself with the tissue, the muscles, everything. This is another one of those things, and again, I put it out there, and you'll see it when I post. These are the same people that will advocate all kinds of things, and then show you a picture of something, but forget to tell you the label, what's in the label, what's the ingredient list. And this is important that you start paying attention to this. Before you put it in your mouth, read the label. Before you drink it down, read the label. Before you put it on your body as a cologne or whatever, again, read your label. This is super important that you do this. And if you don't understand what's on the label, perhaps you should put the product back, because that may be an indication they've got more chemicals in that product than they got anything else. And if you are chemically sensitive, you're going to be loaded. This is the game. This is the game. Take away your money, take away your rights, take away your ability to control cash, put everything on the debit system, digitized money, and you watch, they're going to come up and try to take that from you too, take it from everybody, the right to own money. They don't want you to have it. They want you to be a pauper and penniless. They want the fruit of your labor. So this is why I said it's really important that you pay attention to the details. And the silica in of itself, it's a dangerous metal. You cannot digest it. You cannot remove it. It doesn't necessarily pass through you in the sense that they told you. It'll pass through the colon, right and left side, and get embedded into the tissues, into the hips, into the reproductive system. So it's really important that you understand that, this material can be universally applied to almost anything. Then I was looking at another link in regarding to the possibility of where it can be in the air, like environmentally. It can be gotten if you're walking in sand. I remember when I was down in Arizona, they said you can get something called valley fever. They say a fungi can attach itself to your respiratory tract and take 9 months to get over it. So I started using different things to protect myself so that didn't happen. I lost my train of thought there for a second. The environmentally, the dust from sand, when it gets whipped up, can cause a type of silicosis as well, just because you're breathing it in or if it embeds itself in the skin. So when we're looking at what to do in removing nanoparticles, anything that can access you, anything that can use you as a transceiver to send message and to receive them back, anything that can modify you or anything that can track your DNA, these are the smart devices that they're using today, okay, to track you, to hunt you, to hold you down. So if you're going to be in a stage of preparedness, okay, that may include taking off. Again, be careful with whatever you do because, again, you could be monitored. So when we're talking silica in regarding to this condition, when you read it, how they use it for drug delivery and everything, you think it'd be the greatest thing going. But when you actually look at the research that's been done on it, you'll find that it's not the poster child they'd like you to believe. That's the way things are. That's the way it is today. That's how it rolls today. And, again, it's all about, controlling you, controlling your money, controlling your pensions, controlling your disability checks, controlling your GST, HST checks. In the United States, you don't have those, but you have the other. So this is about taking away your power. Stock market had to be reevaluated anyway. It was way too high. There was nothing that was substantiated. And when you're looking at how far they've taken it down, they renegotiated they're renegotiating the stock market. This is again a result of the pandemonium that they're trying to create. So when we're looking at that, everybody should be investing in silica in some respects, but it's not a good idea because if you invest in silica, that'll further propagate our death. Hey, I'm going to invest in silica. Oh, hell, I'm dying now. Because they don't want you to collect your dividend. What a world we live in, eh? What a world we live in. This world is so screwed up, it's not even funny. Not even funny. Graphene is another form of carbon. And now they're using it for terahertz frequencies and how it can actually amplify or increase the effect of the graphene or the terahertz that's being fired through it. So it's pretty strong, pretty durable for it. And it's going to be a lot more effective than 5G as far as transmission goes and even doing internet. It'll be way faster. So, but again, there'll be a price for this. Anytime we have a tech, we always have a price. One doctor was talking about the correlation between technology that they have put into the networks and the systems, basically making a miniature kernel containing all the data. When you're looking at all the places where the frequencies are very strong, that's where you seem to see most of these health conditions are starting to occur. They're blocking the frequency from the sun, and you're getting these frequencies instead, and they're causing alterations in our genetic code. Again, it's something to pay attention when you see this picture. It's hold on. It's the Howie. I got Howie won last one. U.S. lost. Now you can further see how he who controls the airways controls destiny on the planet, and illnesses are exponentially increasing through technocracy and made synthetic. Most of your health issues today are coming not from lack of work or not being connected in some way. These things are coming as a result of what they're exposing us to in airborne particulates. The technocracy is again making more synthetic material, and they've designed their own antibiotic now, so which I think they're still testing. So when you got machines making machines, when you got machines creating these weapons that they've got, all they got to do is give it a parameter, and away it goes. It does a 3D or 4D printing. So when we're looking at a lot of these things today, and we're looking at what's going on, and who's trying to control the weather. There's a weather war, literally. There's a weather war. Then I put a poster in here, and you see where it's underlined. It says coronavirus, and we look at the next column. It says common cold. This is what everybody's afraid of. Oh, another scientist is saying BS on the fake pandemic. There's an MIT scientist that talks about what's going on, and he's again exposing he's exposing the game that they're playing with the pandemic. So again, it's a good listen to. Go check it out. You also got, I believe, no, I guess that's it. Oh, I got it all. Okay, I got the pictures. I got that. I got that. Okay, I'm looking good. All right, before I go on, you got guys I work with, I rub shoulders with. Not necessarily work together, but we do collaborate and exchange ideas. You got Brian396, at the minds.com, with the research on nanobiotech. You got him on the photo gallery there at the photogoogle.com. You got Yanni, let's see if I can find him again. He's got his own health channel, and then he's got his own channel or with interviews with an interview he did out of Israel. So there you are. It's all loaded, ready to go. Help these guys out any way you can. Check out their information. Read the information. Don't I had a guy ask me questions about the nano, and all you have to do is just open the page, and the answer would have been right there. Read the stuff. Study the stuff. I'm not just talking about whatever. Read everything. Everything. Study everything. Validate and substantiate. That's the best thing I can tell you. That's the best way to deal with, trying to figure out if the person is lying or telling the truth or whatever. Just keep it straight. Just keep it straight. Read, validate, substantiate. And see what is up. You might be surprised. So again, help out these guys. Okay, I forgot to mention my site. I almost forgot here. So you got me also at augmentedforce.com. You got BitChute, www.bitchute.com. Then you got vids. Where's the other one here? You got vids on the alternatives, which is the YouTube channel, which has got everything there. So check out everything. They're all there. Take a look. Study, validate. Alrighty, I think I'm near the end. Oh yeah, close enough. Anyway, this will be a little shorter than normal, but I pretty well had everything I had to say so that you guys get it and not get overwhelmed. So the next time I see you, you'll have connected a rocket ship to the moon. Don't allow yourself to be caught up and sucked in to the pandemic they're trying to sell. It's not worth it. It's not even a pathology as we know it. It's a synthetic. So again, study to make sure that you can grasp the concept of AI and grasp the concept of synthetic biology, the nano especially. Read, study, and validate. All right, till the next segment of the show, to your health. We'll see you in a bit.